Here at track and field coach Sean McMahon. For those of you who don't recognize him, I should reintroduce him since he does not have the facial hair anymore. Coach, you opened up the indoor season last weekend up at St. Thomas. You're heading to the Warren Bolus Invitational in Menominee this weekend. Talk about that first meet. Goods, bads, where are you at? Just kind of sum up that season opener.
I was pretty happy. I mean, it was a solid trip. It's hard to know what you're going to get simply because we're training through that. It's not like we gave them any time to freshen up, but right off the top of my head, I'm thinking of 6 kids who jumped into the top 10 on the conference list right away. Obviously, that's going to change. Some schools haven't competed, and most are going to compete for the first time this weekend, if they haven't already. So the list changes, but very happy with early performances, and I think the attitude was pretty good. And I noticed kids getting out to cheer on their teammates, and I think early in the year there's some enthusiasm. I just hope we can keep it going.
No surprise, I guess, at least from my standpoint, Coco Booker doing very well in the shot put, winning that event on Saturday. But I guess the surprise of that was there was another Booker who also had a great weekend, and that Maya Booker won the weight throw. Had to be a real good to see her start out her year that way.
That's a kick. She's a very explosive, talented weight thrower, and she's going to have a good season. I didn't know she was going to throw 14.20 in her, essentially her first meet throwing the weight. She didn't do it last year as a freshman, but pumped where Coco landed. 12.44 isn't a great throw for her, but it's a long ways from where she was on January 18th of 2012. I mean, she's looking pretty good, and I know she front-loaded her academic schedule in the fall so that she's got a little bit easier schedule this year, and I can tell that the weight's off her shoulders a little bit from some of the more rigorous classes, and she's ready to go.
Is it one of those things, Sean, especially for her, and you can really look at all of your seniors, you look at the men's side with some of your distance runners, Peter Boresh and Jake Traxler, this is kind of it for them. This is their last hurrah. Do you look at them as really focused on trying to make sure that this is the best yet?
I've actually given a lot of thought to how the seniors kind of evolve, and the nature of this sport, not unlike other sports, the attrition's pretty high. I feel like it's even higher in track, where freshman classes turn into smaller, sophomore classes and it gets tougher. But I think once people get to that senior year, I think they realize how easy it is. So much of the work is already behind them that now they're making smaller adjustments. So yeah, is it hard to get through your first track and field season as a freshman? Absolutely. Is it a lot more fun as a senior? Well, when you're Peter Boresh, Jake Traxler, it's a lot of fun.
Let's talk a little bit about Saturday. What are your expectations? What do you want to see in this second meet? It's going to be a little bit bigger meet up at UW-Stout. So talk a little bit about what we can expect on Saturday.
Hopefully more of the same. I think the size of the meet, like you mentioned, is going to have a little bit of a difference. Last week it was real small, almost low-key. Now we're going to find out, I think when some of the bad habits come out is when you're sort of put under pressure. There'll be more pressure on Saturday with certainly more races and better competition and stuff like that. I'm just hoping that people show up and prepare and take their race, in their jumps and throws tactically very seriously. When they go in with a good mindset, usually you come out with pretty good performance. That's what I'm hoping.
Meet number 2 of the year up in Menominee, Wisconsin, the UW-Stout Warren Bolus Invitational. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.